Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh, it should be a happy Monday, right? We just supposedly got 2 days off and everybody got rested and is ready for what's going to happen next. So I just wanted to be the first one to congratulate you on making it through the weekend. I find myself oftentimes taking the time on the weekends to do things that my spouse totally doesn't do. That's not what recharges her. But one of the things that we know about each other is there's things that I do that recharge me, that bring me back to life, that give me the energy to get going again. And oddly enough, for a guy that's kind of introverted, one of the things I like to do is be around people. I often argue with myself that maybe I'm not as introverted as I think, but maybe it's just that I don't like crowds. I don't know. But the thing that I recognize is that the weekend is time that you need to spend on yourself, that you need to get ready for Monday, because Monday's going to come like a bus, right? And it's going to have a lot of people get off and they're all going to want to kick your butt. But what is it that you're doing? What are you finding challenging come Monday morning? What is it that you're struggling to get done on a Monday morning? What is it that you're wanting to hide from on a Monday morning? And, I ask those questions because I often spend time during the weekend trying to figure out what it is I'm doing that is something I don't want to do. What is it that I'm procrastinating about? I heard somebody this weekend say, I have the anointing of procrastination. And, so often it seems like that's what I have, because I have the ability to put off the things that I don't want. And it's just your body and your mind's way of protecting you from things that it finds painful. We hear a lot of motivational speakers and a lot of people say, well, tackle the things that you hate first. Man, I don't like that any more than I like tackling them last. But, the reality is, if you're coming up with a system that allows you to take charge of your world, that allows you to take the things that bother you the most, the things that you like the least, do those first, do them last, just do them, right? Then you're coming up with an opportunity and a recipe for success. And I think that that's a lot of the time things that we miss in our daily life, things that we don't do in our work day, is the things that we don't want to do. We skirt our way around it. We're not motivated by it, and I was listening to a guy talk this weekend about, he makes 125 cold calls a day, and he hates it, but he has trained himself that that's what he does very first thing in order to give himself the other tasks that he does like. And, more power to you. If that's your business model and that works, then, there are 100 business models. And I think more than anything, the one thing that every business model has to have in order to succeed is consistency. So you can make anything work, right? But the reality is how are you motivating yourself to do those things that you don't want to do? How are you motivating yourself to get task oriented about the things that in your life excite you? They don't bring you joy. They don't give you that love and feeling, right? But at the end of the day, you still got to do them. You still got to get in there and you still got to get X number of things done to get through the week. And it doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get any better if you put that process off for a day, an hour, a month. It's still there. It still comes back to, what are you going to do to get this boulder out of the way? And making a path around it still leaves the boulder in your path. So one of the things that I want to encourage you to do is realize that you're human, right? We're all human. We all have these issues. We all struggle with our feeling motivated feeling, right? Getting motivated, staying motivated. We've all been to the hype club. We've all, been around the cheerleaders that, rah, rah, rah. And, it doesn't do anything for me but make me want to, get you out of my way. But at the end of the day, finding what works for you, I think, is the theme of 2021 for me. Is, what I do doesn't work for everybody else, right? And what everybody else does doesn't always work for me. So being able to being able to figure that out and only try and make myself crazy with things I know that I can accomplish and things that I know I like to do is great, but it's not always a reality, right? It's not something that I can always just say, hey, I'm only going to do the fun stuff. I'm only going to do what makes me feel good. I'm only going to do what I like to do, because there's going to be those boulders in our path that we've got to get done. So as you're looking at your week, as you're laying out your items, as you're doing your thing, think of the way you like to do things. Think of the way that you like to get organized, the way that you like to tackle things, the way that you like to, handle these situations in these instances. And the more that you can find a way to do that, to see that, and to be a part of that in your daily life, just being present in your mind is going to give you the most success. It doesn't mean that we're going to find a way to magically make these things disappear, but it's going to put you in a place where you're in the best place that you can be to handle the situations that you're facing, right? And I find that if I'm in my comfort zone, I don't have a happy place. Let's just be honest. I think I left it somewhere and I forgot to go back and pick it up. But if you're in the place in life that makes you the most comfortable, it's going to allow you to do the things that make you the most uncomfortable with the least amount of uncomfortableness or the greatest amount of ease. And so I would encourage you that as you approach this week and as you look at the things that are in your week that you don't like, that you don't want to do, that you don't want to deal with, tackle the ones that you know you can when you're in the place that you're fresh, you're ready for it. You know that this is where you're at, that you can handle it. But based on that, guys, I want you to have a great week. I want you to reach out to me if you've got questions or concerns, or you think there's anything I can help you with. I'm here for y'all. Give me a shout, but appreciate you watching and have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.